Da-na-na-na, 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 da-na-na-na. They're ooky and they're spooky. They're all together kooky. I don't know why I just started singing that song, but I did. Hello, collective. Looks like this hair's coming out of my shirt. I'm sorry, I get distracted easily. Hello, collective. Thank you so much for tuning in my channel. I am Patience, your psychic intuitive medium, host of Spirit News on Spotify, where we teach you about your non-physicalness. Here on this channel, we do collective detective psychic development reads. Today, we're doing a prophetic dream observation because after the reading at 5 this morning, I went back to sleep and I had a doozy of a dream. I couldn't remember the one I had before I went to bed, but I had a dream right now, and Spirit definitely wants me to share it, so I'm going to. Bride. Oh, interesting. Okay. So after the read this morning, I went back to bed because I felt tired. I listened to my body, and it was a restless sleep. I definitely felt weird, like I was sleeping, not sleeping. Excuse me, Spirit burps. So it says, I put 9. I meant to put 10. I put 10 in my journal. I put 9 in the title, but whatever. I was thinking of last night's dream. I just had a dream about my ex-husband going back to an ex who was pretending to be some spiritual leader for autistic children. But she was actually really evil and has an evil mother who wears blue liner all around her eyes every single day. The mother taught the daughter how to be evil and was siphoning energy from autistic children. They set up some kind of charity or event every year to raise money for this charity, but they keep all the money. Me and my ex are at the event. He is way too excited. I take observation. He keeps pressing me to eat the baked goods, but I don't want to. Singers. We only have Mikey with us. That's my son. We only have my son with us for some reason unknown. We are walking down a very wide hallway where the event is taking place. We have a room there. It must be a casino with convention center. We are walking and we stop because of traffic, just like human traffic. Oh, human traffic. I don't know. And I hear a lot of screams of excitement. I turn to see the commotion and I notice Michael is gone. As I look into the crowded hallway, and it starts to clear, I see my ex, but he has changed his clothes and it has on some kind of weird off-white woven beanie on. But it was like close to his head. It didn't stick up, almost like a yarmulke or something, but bigger. I don't know what that's called. Weird off-white woven beanie on, and he is in mid-kiss, hug / pickup of the blonde-hair, blue-eyed woman he calls Jordan. But as he does it, she looks at me with super evil grin, like she wants to see my reaction, but I don't even care because my ex is unhealed and not viable. I immediately think of his mother, who has similar mannerisms as the girl. I get a closer look as she looks just like that actress Amy something from the movie Road Trip. What is strange is that my ex switched wardrobes or something to make himself disguised as if trying to hide from me. But it was so obvious, so I pretended I didn't see and picked my son up and started walking to the room on this long wooden walkway outside. When we got to the room, it turned to a bed and breakfast looking place. There were autistic children there. We were watching them eat the cake. Then they started acting weird. I told my son not to eat it. Then my ex came and he was putting us down for not waiting for him or something. he started acting very aggro about everything. He kept texting someone on the phone. So me and my son decided to hide away from him and play spaceship. It skips to him being at the cake and making fun of the autistic kids. I ask if he wants cake. He says yes, so I get him a piece that he wanted me to eat earlier, and he eats it all and starts freaking out and going on a smash rampage to all the cakes. Then he starts chasing me, so I hide in a trash can. Then I woke up. Let's see who this is about. And that the characters are just, your subconscious picks people you see all the time or that have been in your life for a while. So it doesn't have to be those people, but there's definitely something going on in the collective. So we'll see what we get. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit, for being with us. Let's see if there's a fairy tale that kind of goes with what's going on. Thank you so much, Spirit. Please give us a fairy tale. Snow freaking white. It's always Snow White. It was so weird because that girl, she looked like Amy, but I don't know her. She when he hugged her and kissed her and picked her up and like spun her around so dramatically, like she was looking at me the whole time with this evil grin, like she just wanted me to, like she just did it to upset me. And I kind of thought it was funny because it's kind of like what a child does. Snow White, only the Grimm's version of the story alludes to the heroine's complexion in her name. Only the Grimm's version. Snow White's name in German is Sneewittchen. Sneewittchen. Sneedwitchen. She was like a Sneed witch. She's a witch? I don't know that yet, but we'll see. Is a diminutive form and could be literally translated as Little Snow White. Later. Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 1937, has so overshadowed other versions of the story that it's easy to forget that the tale is widely disseminated across a variety of cultures. The heroine may ingest a poison apple in her cinematic incarnate. Poison apple. Maybe the cake was poisoned, and that's why he started freaking out. He wanted me to eat it, but I didn't want it, and I fed it to him. The cake might have been poison, but in Italy, she is just as likely to fall victim to a toxic comb. A contaminated cake! Oh, shit! It says contaminated cake! Or a suffocating braid. Disney's queen, who demands Snow White's heart from the huntsman who takes her into the woods, seems restrained by comparison with the Grimm's evil queen, who orders the huntsman to return with the girl's lungs and liver, both of which she plans to eat after boiling them in salt water. Damn, I didn't know that. In Spain, the queen is even more bloodthirsty, asking for a bottle of blood stoppered with the girl's toe. Damn, queen. In Italy, she instructs the huntsman to return with the girl's intestines in her blood-soaked shirt. Disney's film has made much of Snow White's coffin being made of glass, but in other versions of the tale, that coffin is made of gold, silver, or lead. I went into the trash can, but it wasn't, I guess it wasn't gold, silver, or lead, but big trash cans are lead. Mail. Or steel. Mail. M-A-I-L, mail. Or is jewel encrusted. While it is often displayed on a mountaintop, it can also be set adrift on a river, placed under a tree, hung from the rafters, or locked in a room surrounded with candles. Snow White may vary tremendously from culture to culture in its details, but it has an easily identifiable, stable core, the conflict between mother and daughter. Oh my god, it was a mother and daughter in my dream. In many versions of the tale, the evil queen is the girl's biological mother. What? I didn't know that. Not a stepmother. Oh, madam. Didn't I say it felt like my ex's mother? Wow. Amy Smart, yes, thank you. Hey, Boyer. Yes. Amy Smart, thank you. I love that movie, Road Trip. I could not think of her name. So far, that's three similarities to my dream. The poison cake, the girl and the mother wore blue eyeliner all the time, and she was watching from afar, in between people, you know, watching from afar, watching some plan play out or something. But I didn't want the cake, and I fed the cake to my ex, or whoever that person really was. I didn't know. That just shocked me. I did not know that Snow White's mother was biological mother is the evil queen. That's in the Grimm, the original. The Grimms, as an effort to preserve the sanctity of motherhood, were forever turning biological mothers into stepmothers. The struggle between Snow White and the Wicked Queen so dominates the psychological landscape of this fairy tale that Sandra Gilbert and Susan Gubar, in a landmark book of feminist literary criticism, proposed renaming the story Snow White and Her Wicked Stepmother. In The Mad Woman in the Attic, they describe how the Grimm story stages a contest between the angel woman, Snow White, and the monster woman of Western culture. For them, the motor of the Snow White plot is driven by the relationship between two women, the one fair, young, pale, the other just as fair but older, fiercer, the one a daughter, the other a mother, the one sweet, ignorant, passive, the other both artful and active, the one a sort of angel, the other an undeniable witch. Didn't I just say witch? It sounded like witch. Snee witchin'. You guys, spirit, come through. But that's interesting because the Amy Smart reminded me of my ex's mom in a way. And then Amy Smart's mom was watching her daughter do some weird, I don't know, do some weird man snatching. And I didn't care. It was like, whatever, have them. Okay. Interesting. Thank you, Sprat. That was freaking awesome. Okay, let's do some sticks. Okay, roll the dice. Who's gonna call it? What am I gonna roll? Well, you don't want to do these? Okay. 1. Okay. Let's start with 1. The time he caught a fly ball. The time he caught a fly ball. The time he caught a fly ball. Try again, Spirit, because I don't even understand what a fly ball is. I don't know sports references. This is like a random ball. Something random. Or I don't know what a fly ball. A getaway ball. Something that got away. The time he caught a fly. They were trying to catch a fly. They tried to catch a fly? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I know it's baseball, but does that mean when it goes into I don't know. When it goes into the rafters, I don't know. The rafters, I don't know if that's the thing either. Let me continue. The only way John could pass the exam was by cheating. That's why they wanted me. That's why fly into outfield. Okay, fly into outfield. The time he caught a fly ball out of his league.
Right.
Oh, the time he caught someone out of his league.
Die.
And he tried to kill them with the cake. And it says the only way John could pass the exam was by cheating. He could only get me by cheating. And then he tried to kill me with the cake, the poisoned cake. Because I was out of his league. I was in the fly went to the outfield. fly in the outfield because I was out of his league. And so the only way he could get me was by cheating. And he was cheating on me with his ex. He went back to his ex. The thing she did to the brakes on the Honda. And she looked at me like she wanted me to, they were trying to stop me from doing something. Like, I think they were trying to stop me from finding out the truth about their charity. Because they take money from autistic children and keep it. And they steal energy from autistic children.
Scribble.
We were drinking champagne and losing our shirts. Yeah, everybody was eating the cake, so they were all acting weird. They were acting like kind of wild, like kind of like uninhibited. He's in the right field. Too bad there isn't a thing called the wrong field. We were drinking champagne and losing our shirts. They were eating the cake and losing their minds. They were acting like just uninhibited, like out of control, kind of. Like they couldn't stop themselves from like almost like laughing gas, but in cake, I guess. The way Herb defrosted the refrigerator. It was in the frosting. It's in the frosting. Whatever poison they put in the cake, it's in the frosting. The way they frosted the refrigerator. They were trying. A refrigerator keeps things cool. A refrigerator keeps things fresh. They're trying to keep the autistic kids fresh. 6. Oh, big message. 6. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they drugged the kids to keep them all awake. I think they need them to be awake in a way, but to not run away. So we just said run. That's sick. You can make a living doing that kind of thing. I suppose I could, but I had never thought about it until then. So this is something they do to make a living off of autistic children. Something they have this event. A bunch of autistic kids come and they eat the poisoned frosting that makes people stay fresh without running away to make them more easy to harvest.
False.
Okay, to make them more. Oh.
They travel through the mirrors.
They travel through the mirrors, Spirit said. You could make a living doing that kind of thing. I suppose I could. I never thought about it until then. They make them easily suggestible. What drug makes people easily suggestible, but not like, bleh, like they need them to still make their own choices, but be easy to suggestions. Like, say they eat the cake and then they're like, hey, Susie, you want to come follow me to this room over here? It's going to be fun, and And then they're like, okay, because they're just like in La La Land. Interesting. And then, so it's almost like, yeah, it's suggestive programming. Suggestive programming. It's suggestive programming. That weekend in Duluth. I'm telling you, they do it. Well, now they might do it every weekend, but what I saw was a charitable event that's every year. It was annual on a weekend. One weekend every year, maybe.
One lost soul.
Where's Duluth? Let's find out where Duluth is. Where's Duluth? Minnesota. This could happen in Minnesota. Located on Lake Superior. Thank you, Boyer.
Warning.
So there's people in Minnesota that do a fake charity once a year in Duluth, perhaps? Or that's just where they hold it. I don't know. I like hats. That's what Donald said the day before he killed Sally. Yeah, he tried to kill me with the poison cake. Or I guess the cake didn't poison people, but it made them, I don't know. I feel like the one he wanted me to eat was different than the one everybody else was eating. And it was different than the one at the, it's like he kept pressing me to eat a certain one. And I was like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Intelligent.
I like hats. That's what Donald said the day before he killed Sally. I like hats. Just real, like, oh, is there one in Georgia too? I don't know. I put in Duluth. Where's Duluth? It gave me Minnesota, but take it where it resonates. It might not even be Duluth. I just wanted to know where Duluth was, but it may be like a place that's by water, perhaps, because that was on Lake Superior, and we've been getting lake a lot. So it could be by a lake or by a body of water. And I like hats. What do you think this reference to hats is? Hats are like, I wear different hats. He wears a lot of hats. You know, isn't that a reference to like changing your personality or something? I don't know. He wears a lot of hats. I like hats. This person likes I want to say shapeshifter, like someone who can shift themselves to different people, you know? I like hats. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Something about Donald, maybe? That's what Donald said. Why would someone say that? Jobs. Different jobs, yeah. I like hats. I like different jobs. Maybe I was a job to him. I like wearing hats. I like doing different jobs. This is something this person does a lot, like a job. It's like their job to, I don't know, we had children and stuff. Memory, Spirit said. Something about memory. Maybe the hat refers to some kind of memory wipe or a way to block memories. Like you put the hat on and it blocks the crown chakra or something. It could be metaphorical. On Tuesday, Margaret told me she liked the little oranges with the seeds better than the ones I bought. I hated her for that. On Margaret, maybe the person that he was cheating with, or I hated her for that. On Tuesday, Margaret told me she liked the little oranges with the seeds better than the ones I bought. So this person's job is to block your memory or block your vision of something, and they have some kind of, or this is the girl, I don't know, this could be
Move west.
the girl or the mother that hates you because you told them something very trivial that you didn't like that would be better. You told them something they didn't like and they started to hate you or something. You told them something about themselves that you didn't like, and that's when they started to hate you. Maybe that's why that girl was looking at me that way. She wanted to see me upset. She was trying to trigger me by taking my man or something. But it was like weird because I didn't even want him. It was like already over between us or something. I don't know. It felt like delusional, kind of. So there's person is being this way because you told them something trivial that you didn't like, and they couldn't take the constructive criticism. They took it personally and they hated you from that point on and have been trying to kill you. I didn't know it took so little for someone to want you to be dead. I mean, I also don't like peanut butter. I also don't, like, I don't like it when people cut me off talking. Like, there's so many little things. I don't think that people deserve to die for it, But this person felt like he did. The time Fred went to the car wash and never came back. Proverbial. The time Fred went to the car wash and never came back. This is Christine. Christine could be significant. The time Fred went to the car wash and never came back. Hey, Mars, good morning. God morning. I love that. God morning. I know it's probably an accident, or maybe it wasn't. God morning. When this says the time Fred, and when I think of Fred, I think of Kingy, my sister's dad, when he would call flies Fred. And this says the time he caught a fly ball. So I think you collective were out of this man's league, and you told him you weren't interested in him or something.
5 spirits.
And because you're out of his league, but he had to get you somehow, so he cheated, maybe by blocking your memory or doing something with a metaphorical hat on your memory or something like that to cheat to get you, because you wouldn't have wanted him otherwise, because you're out of his league. And the time Fred went to the car wash and never came back. Yeah, I was like, I'm out of here. I didn't even care. I just took off with my son and just went back to the room. I was like, whatever, like that. And I don't think that's the reaction they wanted. He was skating on thin ice. That's all I can say. He was skating on thin ice. That's all I can say. Oh, okay. So that's why he came back. I always go to the car wash. So that's why he came back to the room. He came back to the hotel upset that we left him. But even though I think he was more upset that we didn't react the way he wanted us to when he was dressed different and looked different and was and was oh, excuse me. Any and all weapons being thrown at me, I strike it down immediately. Thank you, Spirit. He was skating on thin ice. I think that he needed me to eat the cake and then make a scene or something. He needed me to eat the cake, make a scene, and then I would have died, and it would have looked like he was some kind of like hero or something, or some kind of like poor victim of a crazy ex-wife or something like that. Interesting. Thank you, Spirit. That was fun. I had a little help from everyone. Thank you. Let's continue. You got a lot of information. 30-30.
Admissibly.
Admissibly. I got a brown sugar oat milk espresso drink. It's fantastic. I'm finding the joy in it. Let's look in the thesaurus. All right, Spirit, tell us more. So we know that you didn't take the bait. You didn't take the bait. You didn't react the way they wanted you to. You're out of their league. And so they want to poison you because they're offended that you tell them the truth. Marge, I just opened it up to morning. I found it difficult to get up in the morning. He'll deliver the groceries come time this morning. He was supposed to have it done by the morning. You were supposed to be found dead by the morning. Morn. By daybreak, sunrise, break of day. Satan. Spies. Let me write it down. Spies. Okay, I'll look it up. I love reading. So the collective, you were supposed to be dead by the morning, and I think that's why he came in mood. He came back moody. Such a moody person can depress everyone. The balmy weather puts me in a cheerful mood. This person was excited at first because they had a plan that lacked morality and was morbid. Because they needed you to be dead by the morning so you could be found like you got upset and you, oh my God, my husband's cheating on me. Oh my God. But it didn't go that way, and you didn't even eat the cake. You didn't take the cake. So it festered. Her boil festered and had to be lanced. Ooh. It festered. And they got upset and befogging. They're very fickle. She's so fickle that she has a new boyfriend every week. Changeable, unpredictable, vacillating, vassal, frivolous, unstable, untrustworthy. Yeah, these people
you are not safe here.
They don't want you to out that they steal charity or steal energy from autistic children. They want to appear as loving, like they're lover, lovely, but they're low. They're low, and they're gonna take a loss because they're low spirited. It's a dreary kind of day that seems to make everyone low spirited. Their plan wasn't passable. They tried to plan it at a party, so there were a lot of witnesses, and they tried to make it like they were passionate about the cause, but really it was a passageway, and they were passively trying to kill you in a public place so they could separate themselves from you easier and not have such sentimentality, or maybe show sentimentality. Because it's false. They're not sensitive at all. They don't have sensitivity. They're not sensible. They don't make sense. they had a false sense of security because you weren't going to take the bait or submit. You're not subservient. You're subordinate.
It's not here.
Lower in rank, they consider you subordinate. They consider you degenerate. He has a mentality that degenerates everything and doesn't understand. This person likes to tear down and abuse and stigmatize because they're in denial that you're out of their league. They don't want to admit that. They like to deny that you're better than them. Not better than them, but that you could do better than them. It's deplorable. If the family lived in a deplorable slum, they're wretched, they're awful and miserable. Misery loves company. They forsaked you. He held her close and swore never to forsake her. Oh, what's the opposite? I tried to make lemon squares at the witch's house. I didn't know at the time, but it wouldn't set. I think they poisoned it. I think they knew I felt something weird and threw it away. I'm a reader, that's why they don't want me to spill. Glow. Well, Spirit says you guys glow. So this is all because you're better than them, or you can do better than them. They don't want to see you with anyone else, but at the same time they're doing crazy things for some change and they don't want you to find out about it. So they thought the best way to fix this situation is to just unalive you. Busy, occupied, meddlesome, engrossed. They became so busy with this plan. This was like their number one plan. They seemed, in the dream, they just seemed so, like the mother was watching between people. Like I couldn't see her with her eyeliner was like this color. It was like bright blue. She's like in between people like this. Like just waiting. I don't know. These people are weird. It's like they're delusional, I think. Maybe they're eating their own cake because he changed his clothes and thought I wouldn't recognize him just because he put a hat on, like a weird hat that he never wears. It was strange. It was very I remember thinking like, why did you change your clothes? And then he proceeded to pick Amy Smart up and spin her around and kiss her. And he didn't look at me. It was like I didn't exist at that moment because he changed his clothes. The Emperor's new clothes. It's like he felt like he changed his identity because he changed his clothes or something. But she's fickle. She goes through a new boyfriend every week. So, and it's his ex, and exes stay exes for a reason, right? So this person,
they are ugly,
may have purposely seduced my ex to try to get back at me for something. And this plan made them occupied and they were engrossed. They were meddlesome. The mother was in the background. They just got radiant because you're radiant, collective. This is the tale of Snow White and the mother. This daughter and mother look at you like you're Snow White and they're the evil stepmother. Wow. Patty, 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 we just solved the mystery. Chug, chug, choo, choo. Yeah, they're always deleting my messages, Christian. Penguins. Thanksgiving Day and penguins. So this might have... Julie. Spirit says Julie. Julie, I'm behind it, Spirit says. You can tell them. They're everywhere all at once at the same time. Marge says hi, Spirit.
She loved.
She loved. Oh, they love you. They love you. This may have happened during November, the fourth Thursday of November
40.
in the US, the second Monday of October in Canada. Spirit said 40. They could have possibly been doing this for 40 years. Maybe it's like a tradition they've passed down from mother to daughter.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock, 10-4, roger that.
Suicide.
Suicide. Penguins, flightless aquatic birds that reside in the southern hemisphere, all dressed up and no place to go. Because this charity ball isn't even real. They just do it literally to steal the money. The charity doesn't go anywhere. People dress up for it, but they just steal the money for it. You are special. We're all special in our own special way. And nobody should ever think differently than that. Spirit loves us all unconditionally. It's us who love ourselves conditionally. We have to have conditions to be worthy enough for love. Yeah, these people are throwing this charity during sometime in November, the second, not on Thanksgiving, but in November. It says fourth Thursday of November. So maybe like November 4th or something. And they get all dressed up, but it's really just fake. They steal the money. They don't distribute the money the way they're supposed to. Helen Keller, American author and lecturer who overcame deafness and blindness with the help of her teacher and companion Anne Sullivan. These people are, maybe the charity is for autistic, deaf, and blind. Oh my God, that's even worse. And the teachers and companions come to this ball and they give their money that they probably have barely any money. And these people talk at the ball and they say, "Oh, we love doing this for the children," all while they're poisoning everybody with their icing. Wow. That is awful. No wonder it's in spiritual court. No wonder. Flippant Flipper, American television dolphin of the 1960s, like Lassie, only wetter. These people are flippant. They're wet behind the ears.
I am peaceful.
Hello, I am peaceful. Oh, you're saying this flipper is peaceful. Well, that's why you had to go. That's why you had to go, collective, because you're like Flipper over here. You're radiant, you stay occupied, you mind your own business. You don't do the things they do. And so that's one reason why you had to go, because you would judge what they do, and then that would be an end to what they do. Meat cleavers, no relation to Ward, June, or the beaver. So they were trying to meat cleave you out of here because you don't belong to in their circle of crazy, weird things they do. So you had to go. Simple as that. But you had to. I don't know why you couldn't just break up because
Service.
Because this person didn't want you to be of service to anyone else. It's like, if I can't have you, nobody else can have you. Meandering. So they meandered in your business. Michelangelo, inspired Italian sculptor, architect, painter, and poet, a real Renaissance man. You're an architect, painter, poet. You do a little bit of everything. These evil motherfuckers keep sending me shit. Hits my cat. Pisses me off. I don't know why I said that in song. It pisses me off that I intuitively know that they have sacrificed all their... Oh, they've been sacrificing a lot of animals. Well, I don't know if these people, but we did a reading earlier where they had a lot of animal sacrifices. And it says in the Bible, why would God's like, don't stop sacrificing meat. I made all the animals and I don't need you to feed me. I was like, damn, it's like really hit me hard on that one. Because it's true. God doesn't need us to sacrifice his creations that he made. Oh yeah, 11, confirmation. Thanks, Marge. Milk, 3 glasses a day will give you the gratitude of the dairy industry. Yeah, because these people literally buy vats of buttercream and put some kind of poison in it or some kind of drug in it to make these autistic, deaf, and blind people more easily suggestible and more loose. Chicago, 3rd largest city in the United States of our kind of town. Chicago. I immediately think of Ferris Bueller. I think that was in Chicago. It's under Helen Keller. They could possibly have this also in Chicago, or maybe it's in multiple cities. Maybe they have multiple charities they do in different states. It's like a foundation or something. Oh shit, it's like a big foundation. Oh shit. Oh shit. Greenpeace, international organization dedicated to preserving the Earth's natural resources and its diverse plant life. Didn't I say that it was a big organization? I don't think it's Greenpeace, but I think it's as big as Greenpeace. It's international. Let's look it up. What are international? Oh, it's an atomic bomb.
They know who you are.
They know who I am. Let's see. International charity organization for deaf and blind. The World Federation of the Deaf Blind International was found over 30 years ago. This said 40 years. I don't want to make any claims. This is for entertainment only. So don't go messaging this institute because I don't have any physical evidence that this is true. Was founded over 30 years ago and is the World Association promoting services for deaf-blind people. Organizations International, Alliance for Equality of Blind Canadians. I don't know. Isn't Lake Superior touching Canada? That's where they're from, Chicago. Oh, maybe where they're from and then where they have the... Oh my gosh, I think we just uncovered like a really big scandal. Well, they're in spiritual court, so whatever happens from here on out, God's taking care of. So we don't have to do anything but sit back and relax. Cary Grant, British-born American actor. Oh, I didn't know he was British-born. Known for his debonair manner, he can be found north by northwest. Tyler could be significant. Oh my gosh, this says Chicago too. The Italian physicist Enrico Fermi succeeded in producing the first nuclear chain reaction in 1942 at the University of Chicago. Spirit says avoid. Spirit says avoid the University of Chicago. Okay. You guys avoid Chicago. Spiritual. There's supernatural things going on at these events. Supernatural things going on in drinking beer. Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. It's a spiritual experience. Hairballs, cough it up, kitty. Cough it up, kitty. Hairballs. Weren't you just talking about your cats? Spirits confirming. But these people are going to be coughing up hairballs now because they've been doing something supernatural under religious pretenses at these charity balls, poisoning disabled children, and then, well, I don't want to say poison, but drugging them. They tried to poison me in the dream, but it didn't work. I spoiled their plans. Madame Curie, French chemist and physicist, who won a Nobel Prize for her work on radiation. Fun fact, a Curie is a unit of radioactivity, and I have atomic bomb right here. I have atomic bomb and the person who found radioactivity, Madame Curie. There's about to be some kind of spiritual bomb. Okay. Spirit's saying they're about to drop a spiritual atomic bomb on these motherfuckers because now that it's in spiritual court, it came to the physical reality of our awareness. So now we can drop a spiritual atomic bomb all night, I guess. Okay, I think we'll end it there. I think we've heard enough. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you, everybody, for helping me solve this mystery and being here in spiritual court. I, as number 36 of the High Divine Order, call this situation into judgment. I love you so much. I hope this helps. See you next one.